It's funny how life can change in such a short space of time. 15 months ago I was standing on the towpath looking at a narrowboat called Kate for the very first time. I didn't spend hours weighing up the pros and the cons. I didn't make endless lists. The truth is, I fell in love with her almost instantly. There was just something about her. I could picture the adventures. I could picture the peaceful mornings with a mug of coffee. Right, looking at a second boat. This one's called Kate. And we step down from the bow. And although retirement was still some way off, I could already picture this becoming my home. So I took the plunge. Looking back now, it was one of the best decisions I ever made. Of course, buying the boat was only the beginning. The really scary part came when I had to take her out on my own for the first time. Until then, I'd only ever steered a friend's narrowboat. Now it was just me and Kate.
Right, here we go. Just left Property Marina on my first solo cruise ever. I've been on many boats, but never on my own. Bit nervous, I must admit. That's why I'm going so slow.
No instructor, no experienced boater beside me. Just me trying to remember everything I'd learned while convincing myself I actually knew what I was doing. I'll be honest, I was terrified. Every bridge seemed too narrow. Every lock felt like an exam. Every passing boat made me wonder if I was in the right place. But slowly, mile by mile, lock by lock, my confidence began to grow. After a couple of days, I finally arrived safely at my marina mooring. I remember tying up, taking a deep breath, sitting quietly for a few minutes and thinking, yes, I've done the right thing. That feeling has stayed with me ever since. Over the following months I started taking Kate away whenever I could, like weekend escapes, mini adventures. Nothing too ambitious, but each trip taught me something new. Some lessons were about boating, some were about living aboard, and some were about Kate herself. Like discovering that the diesel fuel stove worked perfectly for exactly one night. After that, nothing. I did actually get this fire going once. I tried to relight it again and I couldn't. So I decided, let's get a new one. Here we have our fire. Put it on yesterday. I've left it on low and it's been absolutely fantastic. Boat as I come in from outside, 20 degrees centigrade, absolutely perfect. So that was the first major lesson. A new stove was definitely going to be on the shopping list. Eventually I managed to replace it with a diesel fired stove and I honestly couldn't be happier with it. It has transformed life aboard. Then came another surprise, the batteries. At first I couldn't understand why I was forever worrying about electricity. It didn't take long to realise the batteries were simply worn out. My battery bank is just under there and a lot of the wiring has been redone since I had my solar. I've got one leisure one on the left hand side there and four. They barely held enough charge for a day unless I stay plugged into shoreline. Not exactly ideal when your dream is to spend more time off grid. Replacing batteries isn't exactly cheap, especially when you've got a retirement budget to think about. But I think I've come up with a solution. I'll keep that one under wraps for now, so if you're curious to see what I decide to do before Christmas, you'll have to keep watching. One thing I knew from the very beginning was that I wanted Kate to be as self-sufficient as possible. I don't want to spend my boating life searching for electric hookups. I want the freedom to cruise, moor up in beautiful places and stay there. That meant solar power was always high on the wish list. Thankfully, I now have solar panels fitted and they're already making a huge difference. It's another step towards the lifestyle I've always imagined. Oh, this is absolutely glorious weather. That blue sky behind me.
Well, this is the reality, as I said I'd show you. I had to put my other hat on.
Of course, anyone who owns a narrowboat knows there's always another job waiting. Kate is no different. Before next winter arrives, I'd like to tackle some rust spots and tidy up parts of the exterior paintwork.
Easier maintenance.
The engine will need its annual service. And somewhere in there is where I think it's an Everspatcher heating unit that does all the central heating for me. My diesel heater also deserves a little attention to keep it running reliably. Those jobs aren't particularly exciting, but they're all part of looking after your home. Then there's the projects that aren't urgent, they're simply dreams for the future. I'd love to replace the fridge with one that actually has a decent freezer compartment. I'd really like to redesign part of the cabin and build a proper dinette where I can work, eat and relax. And perhaps the biggest dream of all, lithium batteries. They'd completely transform life aboard. Enough stored power to comfortably live off-grid and run my business from the boat, without constantly watching the battery monitor. That's the goal. Looking back over these 15 months, it's incredible how much has changed. When I bought Kate, she was simply a beautiful narrowboat I'd fallen in love with. Today, she feels like home. I've learned so much. I've made mistakes. I've solved problems. I've spent more money than I'd planned. Probably a lot more. But I wouldn't change any of it. Every challenge has taught me something. Every cruise has built confidence. Every improvement has brought me one step closer to the life I've been working towards. And now, retirement is almost here. The countdown has really begun. Very soon this won't be somewhere I visit at the weekends. This will be home, full time. That thought still makes me smile. There's still plenty to do. There'll be more unexpected repairs, more adventures, more cups of coffee, more beautiful sunsets, and no doubt a few moments where I wonder what on earth I've got myself into. But honestly, I can't wait. Now, a lot of you have asked how you can support the channel, and today I've finally got an answer. I'm really pleased to launch Red One Afloat memberships. There are 3 levels and I've tried to keep them simple. If you'd like to help support what I do, there's Day Skipper, where you get early access to videos before they're released to everyone else. Next is Helmsman, which includes everything from Day Skipper along with video shoutouts. Then there's Captain Red. That's the top level, and you'll receive everything from the other memberships along with even more member only content and extra behind the scenes videos and all the exclusive perks I've got planned. I'd love to have you on board. Just click the join button below and have a look at the different membership levels and see if there's one that's right for you. Thank you for coming along on this journey with me so far. Whether you've been here from the very beginning or you've only just found the channel, your encouragement, advice and support have meant more than you can possibly realise. The first 15 months have been amazing, but I honestly believe the best parts of this adventure are still ahead of us. So here's to retirement, here's to life aboard Narrowboat Kate, and here's to everything that's still to come. Until next time, put the kettle on, take care of yourselves, and I'll see you out on the cut. I have my coffee. Let's see
if the hammock will hold even my weight. Oh, there you go. I'll tell you what, this is comfy.